right. Our live stream is up and running. We're going to begin our service on page 24 of our Sidurims. Page 24 of our Sidurims with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei El Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boechem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei El Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barhuni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei El Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei El Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 25, Shoshana, would you like to light the Shabbos candles for today? Thank you.
Come, let us welcome Shabbat.
May its rays illuminate our hearts.
Light is a symbol of the divine.
The eternal is my light and my salvation.
Light is a symbol of the divine within us.
The human spirit is the light of the eternal.
Light is the symbol of the divine law.
For the mitzvahs that lamp and the Torah alike.
Light is the symbol of Israel's mission.
I, the eternal, have made you a covenant people, a light to the nations.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'harlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you, O eternal our God, who makes our lives holy through divine mitzvot and who has commanded us to kindle the Shabbat lamp.
Amen.
May the eternal bless us with Shabbat joy.
Amen.
May the eternal bless us with Shabbat peace.
Amen.
May the eternal bless us with Shabbat holiness.
Amen. We continue our service now on page 27 with Lechai Dodi. Lechai Dodi likraka la yedada 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 pene Shabbat nekavela Lechai Dodi likraka la yedada 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 pene Shabbat nekavela Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Hishmi'anu echad nuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad Lishem ol tiferet b'lev la Lechai doidi likraka la yedada 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 b'nei Shabbat Nekavela Lechai doidi likraka la yedada 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 b'nei Shabbat Nekavela likra Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki nekor habracha merosh mikedem nesuka sof ma'asa b'matra tehila lechai doidi likraka la yedada 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 b'nei Shabbat Nekavela lechai doidi likraka la yedada 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 b'nei Shabbat Nekavela hi ori kiva orek kumi ori shir daveri kavod Adonai alai nigila lechai doidi likraka la yedada 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 b'nei Shabbat Nekavela lechai doidi likraka la yedada 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 b'nei Shabbat Nekavela and we face the entrance or exit of our building as we welcome in the Shabbos bride. Boi v'shalom aseret bala gam b'simcha u'v'tzolach toch emune am sigula Boi kala lechai doidi likraka la yedada 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 b'nei Shabbat Nikalela Lechai Toiti Likrakala Yedada Pene Shabbat Nikalela. And we face now the ark. We remain standing for the Hatzi Kaddish. Eric, you know this one. It's the Hatzi Kaddish. Yitkid, you want to come up? You were looking like you wanted to come out. Come on up.
Come on. Good practice.
We'll do it together, right? But you can lead the first word. Kadash. Amen. V'chayechon u'v'yoymechon u'vayetecho Beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'yemeru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mivorach le'olam lo me'almaya yitvarach. Barechu Tushvechata v'nechemata damiran v'yalma v'yemeru Amen. You did it, good job. He passed. Page 30, we join together for the Barechu. Barechu et Adonai HaMivorach. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach le'olam va'ed. Page 31. Eternal God, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, not let your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamari Baravim. Blessed are you, O Eternal, who brings on the evening. Page 32. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, ahavta Torah mitzvot hukim ushpatim otanu lemadita. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu v'shochbeinu uvkumeinu natziach bechukecha v'nizbach b'divrei toratecha uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu vorach yemenu v'chem negei yomam v'layla v'ahavte al tasir mimenu le'olamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Page 33, we join together for the Shema prayer. We cover our eyes as we join together in the Shema prayer on page 33. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated for the V'ahavta on page 34. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadivarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatan levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shitecha b'beitecha u'v'letecha v'derech u'shachvecha u'v'komecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu l'tutafot b'neinecha u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'yisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'eitem kedoshim lelechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotzeiti Etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim, V'yot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, and next. Page 35. Eternal truth is that you alone are God, and there is none else.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exult in your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares.
Let them beat their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, let them study war no more.
You shall not hate another in your heart. You shall love your neighbor as yourself.
Let the stranger be in your midst, you as the native, for you were once strangers in the land of Egypt.
From the house of bondage we went forth to freedom, so let all be free to sing with joy.
Page 36, we join together from Micha Mocha. Micha Mocha, Balim Adonai, Micha Mocha, Nedar by Kodesh, Nora Tzelot, Oisei Vale, Mahutecha Ruvanecha, Bokeyam Livne Moshe, Ze Eli Anu V'amru, Adonai Imloch Leolam Va'ed. ונאמר כי פרד אדוני את יעקב ולאמר חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל Yisrael. Page 37. Cause us, O eternal our God, to lie down in peace and to awaken us each morning to life renewed with strength. Spread over us the holy shelter of your peace. Together.
Help us to order our lives by your counsel and lead us in the paths of righteousness. Be a shield about us, protecting us from hate and war, from pestilence and sorrows.
Curb also within us the inclination to do evil and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Guard our going out and our coming into life with peace from this time forth and forever.
Blessed are you, O Eternal, whose holy shelter of peace is spread over us, over all God's people Israel and over Jerusalem.
Page 38, we join together for Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. B'nei B'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. B'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. Ki sheish yamim asa Adonai, Asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat v'inafash, Shabbat v'inafash, Shabbat v'inafash v'shamru B'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. We now rise on page 39 of our Sidurims for the Amidah prayer. Once again, the Amidah is on page 39. Adonai sefetai titachu fiya yitehilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasedim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasei Avot v'Imahot Umei Geula Lifnei Gnechem L'man Shemo V'Ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor L'Olam Adonai Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav L'Hoshia Morid HaTa'al Mekakei Chayim B'Chesed Mechayei HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim Somech Noflim V'Rofeh Cholim U'Matir Asurim U'Mekayem Emunato L'Shenei Afar Micha Mocha Ba'al Gevurot U'Mido Melach Melech Memito Mechayei U'Masmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman Atah Lecha Chayot HaKol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayei HaKol Atah Kadosh V'Shim HaKadosh V'Shim B'chol Yom Yahalelucha Selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. We daven silently until page 47. On page 47, you may be seated, and we will join together afterwards for Oseh Shalom. We're going to join together for Oseh Shalom on page 47. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'yemeru, amen. So good Shabbos, everyone. Shabbat shalom. So what Torah portion do we find ourselves at the crossroads of this week?
Moses is about to die.
Yeah.
And he recites a poem to the Israelites, telling them that, that there's only one God, and only one God, and that they need to obey. I'm trying to think what else. And that he goes over like the past, the present, and the future, and that there's hope if they, continue to love God and obey God. What else? And then in the end, God tells Moses to ascend Mount Nebo, and though he will not allow him to go into Israel, into the promised land, from up on Mount Nebo, he can see over into Israel and catch a glimpse of it. Yeah.
Anything else?
Nicely done.
Thank you. She got it.
Nothing you want to add? Okay. All right. So this week we find ourselves in Hazino. It's Deuteronomy chapter 32, and it's one of the most powerful readings that we have. It's the epic words of Moses, and he's telling them to the people of Israel. Hazino means in Hebrew, listen in. And this week's Torah reading, the words are said to be delivered by Moses in a poetic fashion. Our sages teach us that they're so significant that the words belong to one of only 10 songs that appear in our Torah. Hazino is not only poetic, but it is also prophetic. Moses' final words are an ominous warning to the people of Israel for several hundred years. Moses' message is this: yes, we've reached the promised land, but we're not totally out of the woods. At the very beginning of Deuteronomy chapter 32 in Hazino, Moses says that God guided the people of Israel through the wilderness out of Egypt, cared for them, kept them as the apple of God's eye. But then in verse 17, it foretells that what is going to come true once we enter into the land, that the people would turn away from God, that they would sacrifice unto demons, into sacrilege. And God will hide God's face as a result, an act known as Hester Panim, that is hiding God's face. And the people of Israel from a generation onward will inherit faithlessness as a result. And God will heap evil upon the generations to follow, and horrible things will happen to them. Recall, though, where we stood in our reading of this past week for Yom Kippur. We read Deuteronomy chapter 29. In it, it is Moses' final sermon to the people of Israel just before we enter into the land of Israel. And Moses says in these verses which we read, he says along the lines, "See, I've set before you on this day a day of life and good, or death and evil. For I command you on this day to love the Lord your God, to walk in God's ways, and to keep the commandments, laws, and teachings of your God, so that you may live and increase, and that the Lord your God will bless the land that you're about to occupy as a result. But if our hearts turn away and we do not listen, and we let ourselves be lured away by the worship of other gods to serve them, then God warns us, as well as Moses, that we will perish, that we will not live on in the land of Israel that we are crossing over from the river Jordan into." Moses concludes his charge to the Israelites with calling upon heaven and earth to set before us the opportunity of life and death, blessing or curses, and he implores us to choose life. These two sets of verses from which we read in Hazino and also from our readings of Yom Kippur could not be more relevant to the current events of the past couple of hours. Recall on Kol Nidre, I implored upon our community with every last fiber of being to pray for peace. And just hours before Kol Nidre began, a comprehensive peace plan was proposed. And even before Yom Kippur had begun, Israel had accepted the terms to the agreement. Several Arab states voiced their support for it. And we, alongside the world, awaited breathlessly to see if there would be an end of suffering near. We gathered in our sanctuary then, as we do tonight, with our hearts trembling, praying not only for forgiveness, but for peace, for safety, for the return of every captive, for the disarmament of Hamas, and for a world in which we can finally lay down our arms. As of this evening, our prayers appear to be in the process of being answered. Earlier this evening, Hamas has agreed to release all of the remaining hostages and is agreeing to a comprehensive peace plan that is being extended by international bodies. And we must also acknowledge it is not our prayers alone that have progressed these circumstances. The comprehensive peace plan was proposed by a foreign governing body, a mediator, the United States. And we need to equally acknowledge the persistence of international diplomacy during wartime. But now is not a time to stop our prayers. As we are aware, there is a delicacy to this very moment. And the circumstances that Israel finds itself in at this very moment is something that we cannot afford to stop praying for. We must continue to pray Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim, as we do every morning. That means, blessed is the Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who frees the captive. So I continue to pray now that my upcoming trip to Israel, which will be in December, will be one marked by life, not by death. That will be a venture into a new era of peace in the region, so that our hostages may be returned home, and that Hamas will be disarmed, so that may the final words of Moses' speech that he gives to the Israelites remind us one final time that it is our destiny to be shaped by the choices that we make. Between life and death, blessings and curses, may we in this fragile hour choose a life, so that our children may live on, and may the Holy One, blessed be the name of God, see that the shelter of peace reign over the land of Israel and over all who dwell in the region. And to which we say, Keni Hiratson, may it be God's will. Amen to Amen. In just a moment, we're going to turn to the Misha Barak prayer. The Misha Barak prayer may be found in our Siddurim, so we're going to join together in just a moment, and I'll be reciting names from our Misha Barak list. After the names have been read aloud, I'd like to ask if anyone would like to add any names to the list, to please include those names at that time. Today's Misha Barak list includes, it's hidden, it's right here, includes the following names: Primo Riccio, Asher Ephraim, King Zadodik, Susie Zokol, Malka Bat Sarah Rachel, Miriam Cohen, Evelyn Levy, Ira Roth, Ruth Dowse, Esther Captain, Regina Pasternak, and Sharon Wander. Are there any additional names anyone would like added to our list for today? Yes.
Lori Hanson,
Lori Hanson,
Joyce and Jay Pine.
Joyce and Jay Pine. Yes.
Gabriel Levecki,
Gabriel Levecki,
Rich Bernardo,
Rich Bernardo,
and Mike Costello.
Mike Costello. Okay. Any additional names? Yes.
Should we add Ira Roth?
Ira Roth's name is on there, I
Did
believe.
you
Yes.
hear it?
I missed it.
Yes, it's on there.
Okay.
Any additional names? We're going to join together now for the Misha Barak prayer. Misha Barak Avotenu Mekor Habrecha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Barak Imotenu Mekor Habrecha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We now rise on page 49 for the Aleinu prayer. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol lateit gidula litzeh breshit shelo atzanu k'yeh aratzot velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama shelo samkakenu kachem v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam v'anachnu korim u'mishtachanim u'modim lifnei melech malchei chamachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu netei shamayim v'yoser haaretz u'moshev yikaro b'shamayim mima'al u'shchinatu zo b'govei meroimim Hu Eloheinu ein od emet malkeinu efes zulato Kakatuv b'torato v'yadata hayom v'hoshivota el avivecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim mima'al v'yal ha'aretz mitachon ein od. We therefore open you, O eternal our God, soon to behold the splendor of your might. Then will false gods vanish from the earth, and the idols will be utterly cut off to heal the world through the sovereignty of the Almighty. Then will all acclaim you as their God, and forsaking evil turn to you alone. Let all who dwell on earth acknowledge that unto you every knee must bend and every tongue swear loyalty. Before you, O eternal our God, let them humble themselves to your glorious name, let them give honor. Let all accept the yoke of your dominion, that you will over them soon and forever. For the dominion is yours, and you will rule in glory, as it is written, the eternal will reign forever and ever. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz. Bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad. Ushemo echad. We remain standing on page 52. We turn to the mourner's Kaddish. In just a moment, I'll be reciting names from our Yahrzeit list, as well as members of our community who have recently passed. After the names have been read aloud, if you are observing a Yahrzeit or in the period of Shloshim for a loved one, please share with us the name of your loved one, so that we as one community may pray for the elevation of their neshama to Shemayim above. Today's Yahrzeit list includes the following names: Marjorie Belzer, Abraham Shackman, Harold Rosinowitz, Philip Axelrod, Lorraine Ginsburg, George Lewis, Diane Kasdan, Ronald Sheff, Ava Hauser, Jacob Solomon, Gabriel Appelman, Clara Appelman, Herbert Friedman, Max Jacobs, Linda Bloom, Mary Kaufman, Elizabeth Bodock, Mindy Mann, Irving Yelkelson, Dimitri Boyden, Clara Rothman, Rebecca Cabrera, Dov Wisnia. Recently passed from our community are the following names: Wendy Sanserveri, Ann Mushkell, Harry Roden, Sam Perlman, Gussie Blumenstock, Michael Berkowitz, Marcy Victor Banks, Christine Alana Scholar, Marissa Kofsky, Evelyn North, Betty Martin, Lenny Popper, Fred Mushkell, Jeffrey Milstein, Phil Garfinkel, Evelyn Sheff, Shoshana Elana Batavora, Eli Oster, Roy Smith, Faith Shana Small. Are there any additional names anyone is observing a Yahrzeit for here today, or in the period of Shloshim for? Yes.
Marianne Molka.
Marianne Malka.
Tom Moore,
Tom Moore.
Bob Levinson,
Bob Levinson.
Lloyda Friedenreich,
Lloyda Friedenreich.
Julie Marks,
Julie Marks.
Mayor Richard Pucci.
Mayor Richard Pucci. We join together. If it is your custom, please remain standing for the mourner's Kaddish found on page 52. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah
Amen.
Be'alma divra hirutei v'amlich machutei v'chayekon v'yoimechon ufayei d'chol beit Yisrael v'agalav yizman kariv v'yimru amen Yahei shmei rabbah mivarak l'olam olamei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitfa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnasei v'yitzadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei v'kudashah barechu Laila Mikol Birchata V'Shirata Tushbechata V'Nechamata Damiran V'Alma V'Imru Amen Yehi Shlama Rabbanim Shemaya V'Chaim Aleinu V'Yakol Yisrael V'Imru Amen Oseh Shalom V'Imrama V'Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Yakol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and comfort all who are bereaved, and let us say Amen. You may be seated. We now have an opportunity for our announcements.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good Shabbos.
Saturday, October 4th, Torah study 10 a.m., Shabbat service 10:45 a.m. Social action. For October, we will be collecting wellness-related items for Jewish Family Services and Home Front. Shabbat under the stars. We're going to celebrate Sukkot and Shabbat worship outside on October 10th. Music with Avi. Service is free. Only dinner has a charge. You can reserve online. October 7th is our commemoration.
12.
October 7th it's October 7th. Commemoration will be on Sunday, October 12th. That's it. 1:30 p.m. Our guest speaker is Dan Rosette. Considering what's going on, it's really, really important for us to show our support. Book club is Thursday, October 16th at 2 o'clock p.m. Social action is October 10th at 11.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Social action is October
Yes.
10th at 11. The Henry Rickless Holocaust Memorial Committee will have its first meeting of the year on October 22nd, 2:00 p.m. Help us to plan next year's Yom HaShoah. Talking with the Rabbi is October 8th. Thank you.
I was going to add one more event on there as well.
Talking with the Rabbi.
No, you said it already, not that, something else, yes. You said October 8th, my birthday too. That wasn't the event though, not my birthday, that wasn't the special that I was going to add. On October 12th, although that is a special event, not to say less. October 12th is also a special event that we're having. Subsequent to our event with Dan Rosette, there is going to be a Sukkot Fest that is going on in East Windsor, so we're asking if any of the kids want to join us from Hebrew School or any of the Gesher students want to join us. We're going to be going to that event subsequent to the event with Dan Rosette, so we'll be over there probably around 2:30, 3 o'clock, and it lasts until around 5 o'clock. So please join us for that as well. Yes?
October 12th, if I'm not mistaken, is a Sunday, and that is when they're having the Red Cross is doing the blood drive at the library as well.
Yeah, that is not a temple. It's as far as Max. Is that a temple activity? It's not a temple. It's separate. So,
but it was organized by the Social Action Committee.
Okay, I mean it is. It's as far as I know, it's not something I'm announcing is because it wasn't told to announce it. But
Okay.
if you want to announce it, you may.
He
What?
just announced.
Yeah. Okay.
So this event is the same time as the Dan Rosette's?
No, it's subsequent. It goes on simultaneously, but I'm only going to it subsequently to when the event with Dan Rosette is completed.
Okay.
So the event with Dan Rosette isn't going to be very long. It should not be many hours, and the event that's Sukkot Fest lasts until 5 p.m. So, okay, we're going to complete our service with Adon Olam on page 53. Page 53. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'et Nasa V'Hefzo Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nigra V'Yachat Rei Kidlo Takol Levado Yimloch Nora V'Hu Haya V'Hu Oved V'Hu Yiyeh V'Tif'ara V'Hu Echad V'Ein Sheni V'Hamshilo V'Hachbira V'Li Reishit V'Li Tachlit V'Lo Ha'os V'Hamizra V'Hu Eli V'Chai Goali V'Tzor Chevli V'Yesara V'Hu Nisi Umanos Li Menat kosi beyom ekra abiyado afkid ruchi v'yeti shan v'aira v'im ruchi geviyati Adonai li velo ira. Good Shabbos everyone, Shabbat Shalom. We're going to join for the Kiddush as well as